In this video, we're going to take a look at the difference quotient and how to find the difference quotient for a function. So what is a difference quotient? So the difference quotient of a function f is given by f of x plus h minus f of x over h. Really, this is like the slope between a point x plus h comma f of x plus h and x comma f of x. So if you took your first point as being x comma f of x, your second point being x plus h comma f of x plus h, to get the slope between those, you would take this value minus this value, that's what we have on top here, over this value minus this value. When we subtract those two things, the x's will cancel and we'll only be left with the h. So that's really what the difference quotient is, but we're not going to have actual values for the x or h in general. You certainly could, but not here for now. So we need to find f of x plus h for this function. So find difference quotient for f of x equals x squared minus 2x plus 4. So let's first find f of x plus h. And when we find f of x plus h, that means every single x in our rule we are going to replace with x plus h. And so x plus h quantity squared is x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2 times x plus h. So that minus 2 gets distributed to the x and to the h. So that here, this is all f of x plus h. So that's the first step in finding this difference quotient. So now that we have f of x plus h, we are going to find our difference quotient, f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So it's the x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2x minus 2h plus 4. So that's f of x plus h minus f of x. So f of x is defined up here. We are subtracting the entirety of f of x, so we'll put that in parentheses. And we're dividing all of that by h. So this negative right here, it's going to get distributed to each piece in that function. So we'll have minus x squared. We'll change the sign on the negative 2x. We'll change the sign on the 4. So that's our numerator. And now we're going to clean it up. And as we clean it up, we'll see there's actually a lot of cancellation that will happen. X squared minus x squared. We have a negative 2x with a plus 2x. We have a positive 4 and a minus 4. For many of these, that entire function will cancel. If it doesn't, the places where it wouldn't is like rational functions, where we have an x in a denominator. And so for any polynomial we see, that should cancel. And so what do we have left on top? On top, we're left with 2xh plus h squared minus 2h. And in the denominator, we're left with just an h. Every term left on top has an h, so we can cancel that h out. We could factor it out and then cancel it with the h in the denominator. And so we're going to have a 2x plus h minus 2. That is our difference quotient. Great. So I know that's a lot. Let's take a look at a second example here. So here we have, again, finding a difference quotient. Our function f of x is 2x squared plus x minus 3. So the first thing that we will do is we're going to find f of x plus h. So 2 times x plus h squared plus x plus h minus 3. So we have 2x plus h squared. When you FOIL that out, it's x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Distribute the 2, so we have 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus x plus h minus 3. So that's f of x plus h. And now we're going to find our difference quotient. F of x plus h minus f of x all over h. So we have 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus x plus h minus 3. From that, we are subtracting f of x. F of x is defined as 2x squared plus x minus 3. Remember, we are subtracting the entirety of f of x, so I put it in parentheses to make sure that that minus is going to get distributed to each one of those pieces. And then in the denominator, we just have the h. So 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared plus x plus h minus 3 minus 2x squared minus x plus 3 all over h. Again, we can cancel any like terms. So the 2x squared cancels with the minus 2x squared over here. We have an x by itself, positive x, that cancels with the negative x. We have a negative 3 that cancels with the positive 3. And so in that numerator, we're left with the 4xh. We're left with the 2h squared. And we're left with an h. And in the denominator, just the h. All of our terms in the numerator have an h, so we can cancel out a single h from every single one of those. So we have 4x plus 2h. H divided by h is 1. And so that's what we end up with as our difference quotient. And so that's what we have for functions. Thanks for taking the time to listen. We'll talk to you later.